Welcome back to the Jig Life. In this episode, we're at remote Icy Bay Lodge in southeast Alaska. We're going to be fishing for halibut and lingcod rockfish, maybe some king salmon too. It's a remote, intimate lodge with amazing scenery, great people, great food, and I can't wait to share it with you. Okay, we got good seas, so this morning we made a quick 35-mile run out to these grounds, and we're first stop here, we're fishing for lingcod, and we're just bouncing jigs somewhere near the bottom. The bottom's kind of grabby, so you don't want to leave that jig down there very long. As soon as we got here, Brian and I put jigs down in. Literally within 10 seconds we were both hooked in a 25-pound lingcod. We've had about another 5 or 6 landed already, and they're really aggressive predators. Fishing in pretty clear water, in about 100 feet of water. These fish can see the jigs, and it's just like that. They see it, they come eat it. Using my trusty Kodiak custom bottom fish jig. This one's a 14 ouncer. It's the lighted version. I've been doing some research about these different species that we're catching. Thought I might share some fun facts about halibut and lingcod rockfish with you on this Jig Life episode. These lingcod are highly territorial. They'll stay roughly in the same reefs for about their whole lives. They can live to be about 20 years old. The females are generally larger. State record is somewhere in the 80-pound range. They've got, and here we are, beautiful. Each one is completely unique and different in their colorations, from green to brown, orange, mottled colors, but they all share the same mouthful of 18 big sharp teeth that got to give nightmares to the greenling and rockfish that are swimming around down there. In the fall, males will go scout out nests and wait for the females to come lay eggs anywhere from November through February. Then he'll fertilize those eggs and stay and guard that nest for, say, 10 to 12 weeks until this lingcod hatch. When they hatch, they're about a 1/4 inch long, and within a couple years they're about 20 inches long and live like an adult, eat or be eaten. School of black rockfish here. I've just been taking it down about 10 feet at a time, because the more we catch them, the more they come up towards the surface. These are a pelagic rockfish species. We can keep 5 a day here, healthy populations on this section. Just have one bite it. You'll be dropping it and you lose feeling with the jig because fish has grabbed it. I like to just drop it a few feet and then give it a little twitch upward, because then as it flutters down, that's typically when they grab it. When I was doing some research for this trip on the different fish species, one of the things I found out about black rockfish is they give birth to live babies, which I thought was pretty awesome. They can live to be about 50 years old. Fishing game has got them on record up to 11 pounds. These ones that we've been catching here today are, I don't know, 3-4 pound average. It's a nice fish. Oh, did we lose them? We came up on it. Over 40 species of rockfish in Alaska. Out here, non-pelagics like the yellow eyes, quillbacks, those need to be released. So we've been using a descending tool to release those species. One of the things I saw Captain Popeye do yesterday, which I really appreciate, and I hope other lodges will do, is when you see a bunch of yellow eye on the screen, to move spots. Don't keep fishing there. that. To another big fish. Oh, shaking its head. Could it be a halibut? Oh, come on. Turn into a halibut. Enough head shaking, making me want to think about it. Oh, I think it's just a big lingcod. Oh, we're going to see it soon, and it's a big lingcod. Oh, yeah. Another nice lingcod. Eating the Kodiak Custom. Oh. The big ones they like that Kodiak Custom. Man, look at that face. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, if that's not fun, what is? I'm gonna make an early call here and say this is a rockfish, maybe a black one. Black rockfish are one of the target species in my big 3 bottom fish. Oh, he made the early call and he made the right one. This is a nice big one. Or after these fish are found all up and down the west coast from Baja all the way out to the Aleutians. They can live pretty old, to be about 50 years old, and one of the cool things that I mentioned to you yesterday is that females will get sperm from the males and hold it internally and release live larval young from like January through May. Anywhere from like 125,000 to 1,000,000 eggs in a big female. So these black rockfish are ones that we like to eat, fish for and catch and eat. This is a good solid 5-pounder, probably. I see some fish and chips in my future. Yummy. Man, I can't seem to get this thing to the bottom. I'm looking for halibut. Get down about 50 feet below the surface and another rockfish eats it. These ahi salt diamond jigs, they really work good. It was cool to come to Icy Bay Lodge and see them on board, so I'm usually carrying them with me. Come on, Mr. Halibut. Lots of lingcod. Saw at least one black rockfish. We're due. I mean, I would say that the halibut like to lay in a little bit more, muddy bottom, kind of softer bottom, but they certainly hang out in these reefs as well. If there's food, there's halibut. We've fished many times, particularly like when we're using greenling for bait, or we're fishing for lingcod, and we'll pick up a big halibut. Oh yeah, that's Brian's favorite thing to do. And there's another fish. Terry looks like he's hooked into the ocean, but I'm gonna hook into a fish. Oh! Whoa. I'll tell you what, man, you don't need to go to the gym. Just come out to Icy Bay Lodge and pull on lingcod. Well, there it is. Oh, look at it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yay. Okay, we're out here. It's day 3. First 2 days have been pretty exciting. 8 species of fish the first day. You're up. We've got a black rockfish behind us already. Halibut, lingcod, rockfish, black rockfish, Pacific cod, king salmon, greenling, skate, and dogfish so far. Day 2 was about as big a lingcod frenzy as I've seen in a long time. I would say that the boat probably put 100 lingcod on board. John's deckhand, Captain Popeye over here. These guys are running around, getting people baited up, getting fish on board, getting lines back in the water. Really work well together. I can see that. They got good chemistry. And then when they get fish on board, probably the most important thing, they know how to properly care for them. So they're whacking them, they're bleeding them, they're getting them on ice. That's going to make a big deal on how good the fish taste down the road. So when they're free here, we'll talk to you a little bit more about the fish program, let them talk you through what they do throughout the year. Yeah, man, this has been fun so far, dude. Yeah, I'm telling you what, man.
We just got set up. We're out at about 8 miles offshore. We're at a rock pile today. The last couple days we went offshore. It's about a 35-mile run for us. Lingcod, you guys will see all that, I'm sure, in the video.
Oh my goodness.
It was an unbelievable fish that he caught right at the end of the day for us that topped the video, I would hope.
It was Lingcod frenzy is what that was, right? Lingcod frenzy.
Like you said, we take care of our fish, our clients, from start to finish, guys. John is very knowledgeable as well. He's my first mate. Captain on the boat here, been here for the last 4 years as the captain. Was the mate for 2 years before that with a couple guys.
Nice.
So learned the area.
Yeah.
You know, so it's helped.
So we're out here pretty remote. You're not going to see another boat out here. Okay, that's a great feature. Puts us on amazing fishing grounds, but still these guys running good drifts so that all our lines are scoped out at the right angle, so that I think at one point we probably had 6 lingcod on at the same time.
Yep, we did yesterday.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. On the drift, and like you said, on the drift at 1.5 miles an hour.
Right, and
100 feet.
Right.
Yep.
Perfectly controlled. I mean, it's been a smooth operation so far. What's the season look like around here? When do you get started?
We start in June, about right after that Memorial weekend there.
Okay.
And all the way up till about the first week of August. Is very good because we're a jig fishing company, I guess.
And you know we love that.
Hooks. Yeah, and not saying we don't like the
right.
circle hooks, but we like the jig.
That's right.
I mean, and like you say, it's...
Welcome to the Jig Life.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
That's what we're doing here.
So,
it's my kind of place.
Yep.
So obviously, I call them the big 3 bottom fish, halibut, lingcod, and rockfish. I saw a few king salmon on board the other day. That was exciting.
Yep, we had 3 over and then 1 under, which was nice to see the underfish still. 1 actual fishery fish, which is very good.
Yeah.
You know, usually we see more fishery fish, and now it's going the other way. So
okay,
that's a good thing.
Yeah, and so you troll for them sometimes.
Yeah, we troll.
If you're looking for them. And
you picked them up on the jig. That's the first time. For me, that's my first time ever seeing it on a jig.
Nice.
A drop down jig. 60 feet of water, and that was very nice.
Yeah.
They were there. We're going to target them again.
I'm ready. We're still in South Central, so these are going to be the best halibut limits for you. It's 1 fish any size every day but Wednesday. Wednesday's close to halibut, and then you can keep 1 fish that's under 28 inches.
Yeah.
These are nice quality fish out here too. The ones that we put on board yesterday were 20 to 60 pounders, I would say. I mean, those are perfect fish.
We had a good one on. Not sure what size it was. You know, a good screamer.
Could be an 80 pounder. We're going to call that one an 80. But maybe here today we'll show them something in that same category.
That's our plan today, guys.
Heck yeah, good times. All right, let's get to fishing. Okay, we've been jigging for halibut here for a little while, and I just hooked into a real one. Halibut are such a cool species. They're a demersal species, which means they spend their lives living towards the bottom. There's a large member of the flatfish family. Whoa! They're about as third wide as they are long, which makes them really muscular and strong swimmers. Wow. This one, whoa. On the top side, they're kind of a brown, olive colored, and on the bottom, and that being that color means that they're camouflaged from the prey that they're feeding. On the bottom side, they're white. and the white side is so that something like a sea lion looking up at the sun is to avoid predators. Halibut have a bone inside of their inner ear called an otolith. Puts on 2 rings a year. One in the summer that's opaque, one in the winter that's translucent. This is a real fish, ladies and gentlemen. You might want to clear your line there so I don't run into you. About a 50-pound fish is female. She's probably got 750,000 eggs in it. A 250-pounder, it's like a 4 million egg breeder. Males are about 8 and females are about 12. They head offshore into deep water to spawn in the wintertime off the continental shelf in like 600 to 1,500 feet. That's the leader. Nice fish. Here we go. This one's a...
Flatten him out. Just kind of lift him out and flatten him out to the left. Flatten him out. Go to the left. Flatten him out. Got him.
Ball's coming, ball's coming.
We'll finish the science lesson later. You got it, bud. Cowboy.
Go and hit my fancy twig.
When they're big like this, they're big, strong, powerful. You got to subdue them. That's probably a 75-pound fish. That's about what we're after. Both hooks in the mouth. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's what we've been after. Check this out. Check this out. Look at this. We're catching king salmon while we're catching halibut. That's Icy Bay Lodge for you. Oh yeah, there's the one bite. See, we'll see what it is. Don't know yet. I'm thinking maybe peacock. It could be a halibut. Hard to tell. We just got here. Last day of the journey. It's been an awesome adventure. We have caught a ton of fish. Tons and tons of lingcod. Rockfish, halibut, Pacific cod. Yeah. All right. This would be a Pacific halibut. Yep. Largest member of the flatfish species. I want to finish that biology lesson I was telling you earlier. So the males are about 8, females are about 12. They're sexually mature. They head off the continental shelf in the fall, maybe about November time frame, 600 to 1,500 feet of water. They batch spawn over the course of the next 4 months, which means the females will put out a certain amount of eggs and continue to do that several times over the course of the spawning period. It takes those eggs about 2 weeks to hatch, which is pretty amazing. They're in like 35 to 45 degrees of water. For 2 weeks, they will float around on the currents, going from maybe hundreds to thousands of miles before they're born. At about 5 months, the eyes, which were on both sides of the head, flip over so that they're on the same side. And that's when they become a flatfish. And about 6 months, they're about 1.5 inches long, and they settle down to the bottom to grow into something that looks like this. And we've been here for a couple hours, and we set up some stink, and now they're coming to it. Oh yeah. Been into them pretty good for the last half an hour. I do love catching these halibut. I mentioned to you earlier that there's an otolith. It's like a bone-like structure in their inner ear. And in the summertime, it puts on an opaque colored ring. And in the wintertime, it's a translucent ring. And that's how biologists can use that to age how old the halibut is. You can get halibut that can live to about 50 years old. This one is something right in the 28-inch range. You can keep one under 28 inch and one over 28 inch a day. They're one of the best sniffers in the ocean, are halibut. Biologists claim they can sniff in parts per billion. So a lot of times you'll set up anchor and you'll send out a scent trail, and it'll bring fish coming to it's like ringing the dinner bell is what we say. So you got to be patient when you halibut fish. But when they end up underneath you, it's common to catch a bunch of fish. I'm working through the smaller ones. This one just came along, and can you see it? Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Yeah. Nice. Beauty.
You got him?
Yeah. Well, that's got to be a solid 25, 30. Solid, hard, aggressive take on that one. All right, we can. Blood of the decks, boys and girls. That was a nice terror. You know, 25, 30 pound fish like this, they pull like you really got a big one. I'll take them like that all day long, though. Those are choice. It has been an awesome week fishing for Alaska's big three bottom fish out at Icy Bay Lodge, and it's halibut, lingcod, and rockfish. I've had a super time. First, I want to give thanks to my sponsors that provide me with the gear that makes it possible to do these trips. That's Extra Tough and Grundens, ProCure P-Line, Ahi USA Promar, that's Kodiak Custom Fishing Tackle, Daiwa, and Sandiam Fishing Rods. Thanks to all of you. Next, I want to give a big shout out to Todd and Ruth Robertson for hosting us this week at Icy Bay Lodge, and I can't say enough good things about their crew. Captain Popeye and First Mate John are running a first-class fishing operation. They showed great skill in putting us on fish and handling them properly so that for months to come we're going to enjoy delicious fillets. I want to say I'm super impressed with Chef Greg and the scrumptious meals that he's rolling out. I'm going home even fatter than when I got here. And finally, thanks to Pat and Danny for taking care of logistics and fish packing and keeping the lodge running smoothly. It's worth noting that in the fall,
Icy Bay Lodge transitions to fishing for silver salmon in the freshwater and do-it-yourself moose hunts, and that sounds like a great opportunity for me to come back. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next edition of the Jig Life.